Hey everybody, I'm back. I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make custom armor models, more specifically a helmet in this case. I'll be going through the stages of Blockbench, mcreator, and all the way up into the game. I'll be teaching you guys how to change pivots, texture, and just build your model from Blockbench. And import it in mcreator, of course. Alright, let's get right into it. First, you're going to open Blockbench, don't mind these. The more important thing is to go to Minecraft skin, create a new model without posing, confirm it. So this is basically just a Minecraft model of a skin, but this is just painting. Like, you can only paint this. So you're going to want to actually convert this into a modded entity, so you're able to manipulate all of the units and just actually mess with the blocks and the pivots and see everything, as you can see here. So I'm going to hide everything that I'm not using, but if the same applies for every single armor piece, including pivots. So I'm going to hide everything that I'm not using. So now we just have our head model, right? And I am actually just not going to use this hat layer because I just don't really like the hat layer. So now you can start building your model. So I click add cube, and this is literally all you do, and you just make your model. So now we're done with our amazing hat. I'm actually going to move my blocks, or any block that you end up using for your hat, into the hat folder. You can actually make it in the folder, but I just prefer moving it. The reason for doing this is because there is a pivot, and the pivot just literally says where it sits on the hat. So if I have the pivot all the way down here on the leg, then it's really going to be all the way down here with the leg. That's just how it works. So yeah. So here's my hat model. As you can see, I have a bunch of different folders inside of my head folder, including all the cubes that I used for this model. I would recommend keeping your head pivot the same, but if you do want your hat to be a little bit tiny down or like a little bit up, that is completely on you. So one thing I've learned from Blockbench, this is either from my experience, and I'm not sure if this is completely true, someone correct me, but the higher you go with the pivots, the lower your model will actually be, and the lower you go with your pivots, the higher the model will actually be. So if I were to change my pivot to 25, then it would go down to my eyes, as you can see, and then if I keep going down, it will cover my mouth, but if I decrease it, then it will keep going up. I'm not sure if this is for different armor pieces, or just my model in general, but yeah. Okay, so now you finish your model and you're like, yes, this is what I want, and let's export it. So you're going to want to go to File, Export, and you're going to want to export it as a Java entity, and you're also going to want to export your texture. And now you can go back into mcreator, and that's it for Blockbench, unless you're manipulating it, of course. So now you're going to want to go to Resources, 3D Models and Texture Mappings, and import a Java 3D model. When you import this Java 3D model, it will ask you about animations. You can either say override or no. It doesn't matter for the animations. Now you're going to have to import the texture for the hat. So you're going to want to go to Texture Files, go to Import an entity texture because it's a Java entity, and yeah, just import your texture. But we're missing one step. So when you're actually making an armor in mcreator, you have to have an armor layer. So you're going to want to just create a dummy armor layer just by clicking create armor texture, and I literally just use the default. So now, boom, you can properly make your armor. So obviously you're going to want to go to armor, you're going to want to name it whatever you want to name it, and you're going to want to create what armor you want, and I'm going to disable everything else because that is not what I'm using. And you're going to want to click advanced helmet settings, click to expand, and now you're led with this screen. For model, you're going to want to choose your model. For armor texture, you're going to choose your armor texture, and that's it for this, unless you want any special things. Now go to properties and armor layer texture, do that wacky one that you made, and that's pretty much it. But yeah, so that's it. It's pretty self-explanatory. It won't really take that long, depending on what you want. This model's probably took me like 30-40 minutes. I textured it, especially off the SpongeBob one. But yeah, so that's it for this video, and I hope to see you in another one.